Hello and welcome to our PECOS demonstration. Today we will go through the process on how to add a new business location for an established durable medical equipment supplier. In order to begin this process, please log in using your PECOS credentials on the PECOS homepage. Also, please visit the homepage for further information on how to obtain login credentials along with additional information for completing the enrollment process. Please note that this demonstration is going through a particular supplier type. You can use this demo as a guide to complete other supplier types. So first we will go ahead and log into PECOS using our credentials.
The user ID and password field on this page.
To begin the application process, we want to locate the My Enrollments page. We can do this by clicking on the My Enrollments button. For the given login, I want to locate the appropriate supplier that I want to create a new location for. In this example, I have medical equipment suppliers, and I'll go ahead and click on the View Enrollments. This page lists any previously started applications and or existing enrollments on file. For this example, if I scroll down, I can see my previously approved enrollment. Here you can see a summary of information, such as the enrollment state, the corresponding status of the application, the specialty type, the practice location, along with additional information. For this example, I want to create a new location for the same entity and specialty. So we will go ahead and click on the More Options button to the right.
There are 5 radial buttons.
This page will list several actions. In this case, we will locate the change of information to an existing enrollment option and click on the next page. Please note, if you're adding a new location for a different state, you can change the enrollment state by selecting the Create a New Application Enrollment Record option. For now, we will go ahead and click on the Perform a Change of Information and click on the next page. And on this page, we want to select Yes to adding a new business location for this given tax identification number. Otherwise, you'll be prompted to change information for the existing business location that we already had approved in PECOS. Since we want to create a new location, Yes is the appropriate answer. I'll go ahead and select Yes and click on the Next Page button. Now we completed the application questionnaire process. As you can see on top of the page, the reason for this application is displayed in bold at the top. Additionally, you can see information such as the legal business name, the tax identification number, the supplier type, as well as the state. If you feel like you've made a mistake with the type of application, you may hit the Cancel button and start the application process again. Since this is the right scenario for our example, I'll go ahead and click on the Start Application button at the bottom of the screen. Before beginning the application, please note some key features located at the top of the page. First, we have a progress bar, which shows how close you are completing the application and the ability to click on the Submission button located at the bottom. Additionally, there are 3 tabs located to help with browsing and completing the application. The first is the Topic View. This is the page we are on right now, which conveniently gives you a high-level view of all the topics that need to be completed and shows check marks next to the topics that are already done. I'll navigate to the Fast Track view.
Fast Track is next to Topic.
The Fast Track view shows all these sections in one page, including information that is already entered. As the users complete each topic, you'll see a summary view of each of the topics, all in one view. Lastly, the Error Warning Check tab, which shows you what is still outstanding to be completed within your application and any errors the system finds from what you have entered. Note the numbers shown within the tab. This number will decrease as you address each item in your application. I'll go ahead and navigate back to the Topics view to start the application process. For this application, we need to complete the following information for the newly added business location. Some of the topics have been completed for you. In this demonstration, we will go through the required topics for adding a new location. For this first topic, we can click on the Physical Location and Special Payments Address topic link. Here we want to capture the new location information. So I'll go ahead and click on the Add Information button. And on this page, we want to collect the effective date of information, the location name, and the actual address of the physical location. Once I've completed this information, I'll go ahead and click on the next page. Here we want to collect the physical location contact information. For this example, I'll go ahead and fill out the telephone number. If you have additional contact information such as fax and email, please enter it here and click on the next page. We are now navigated to the claims information page. Here we want to enter the NPI as well as the tax ID number. Also indicate that this tax identification number is the CP575 legal business name that is printed on the MPES validation letter. I'll also include the effective date of this practice location. Now we want to collect the special payments address. Once I've completed all this information, I'm ready to click Save. As you can see on the physical location and special payments address summary page, it displays all the information that I just previously entered. If you feel like you made a mistake, you can correct it by either selecting Edit in the corresponding sections, such as the physical address, or the payments address, or even the claims information, or you can simply delete them and re-add them as necessary. I'll go ahead and move on to the next topic by scrolling down and clicking on the Next Topic button. Now we've navigated to the required and/or supporting documentation topic. If you want to upload supporting documents, you may select Yes and view the uploaded documents information listed here. If you have additional information or supporting documentation that you want to upload, you may only upload PDF or TIFF formatted documents that are 10 megabytes or less. In this example, I'll show you how to upload a document. So this indicates which supporting documentation that you want to upload. So in this case, I'll select accreditations and click the Browse button. Once I find the associated accreditation, I can go ahead and select it and click on the Upload button. As you can see, as I scroll down the page, you see the currently uploaded documents. If you feel like you made a mistake, you may remove it by clicking the Remove button. If you want to upload additional information, please follow the similar process by selecting a document type and browsing for the document and uploading it. Now that we're ready, we can return to the Topics page.
Return to Topics button is at bottom of page.
As you can see, there's no more errors and I've completed all my topics. Because I've completed all my topics, the Begin Submission button is now enabled. So I'll go ahead and click on the Begin Submission to initiate the submission process. As you can see, the following documents are available for electronic signature. The certification statement. If you'd like to proceed with the electronic signature process, you may select Yes. Otherwise, a handwritten signature signed in ink is required to be mailed in. So for this example, I'll select Yes and click on the next page. As you can see, we've navigated to the electronic signature submission page. The first section at the top is the signatories for authorized officials. It pre-populated the authorized official, John Smith. You want to input John Smith's email address to receive an email notification that he must sign this application. So I'll go ahead and enter the email address for John Smith. When you scroll down, there's a signatory for organization enrollment. Here we need to select John Smith. Since he's our only authorized official, he's the only one that can sign this application. So I'll go ahead and select Apply and click on the next page. Now we're on the submission page. The first section is the contact and processing. Here we must select the fee-for-service contractor. In this case, since this is the Florida contractor, you may select the National Supplier Clearinghouse and click Apply. The corresponding address for the fee-for-service contract will be displayed below. You may use this information for future reference. The next section is explaining the application fee payment information. And for this example, I'll go ahead and say I've already submitted the payment for this application and click Apply. The last section is the Required and Supporting Documents section. Please find some of the required supporting documentation as well as important key information for the application process. Please review this information as well as the currently uploaded documents before moving on to the next step, which is completing the application submission. Once you feel all the information is included on this enrollment, you may click on the Complete Submission. If you feel like you've made a mistake, you may click on the Previous Page button and return back to the initial enrollment to make any appropriate changes. In this case, we'll go ahead and click on the Complete Submission button. We're now prompted with a pop-up page indicating that you've submitted your application. Select A, and now we've reached our submission confirmation page where you can find information on the application process. You'll also find the contact and processing information below. Here you can print out and view certain documents as well as reviewing the supporting documentation. Congratulations, you've now completed the demonstration for a durable medical equipment supplier adding a new business location.